A man who dares to waste 1 hour of time has not discovered the value of life. Ignorance more frequently begets confidence than does knowledge. It is those who know little, not those who know much, who so positively assert that this or that problem will never be solved by science. The love for all living creatures is the most noble attribute of man. If the misery of the poor be caused not by the laws of nature, but by our institutions, great is our sin. I am not apt to follow blindly the lead of other men. The highest possible stage in moral culture is when we recognize that we ought to control our thoughts. Intelligence is based on how efficient a species became at doing the things they need to survive. Blushing is the most peculiar and most human of all expressions. One general law, leading to the advancement of all organic beings, namely, multiply, vary, let the strongest live and the weakest die. Besides love and sympathy, animals exhibit other qualities connected with the social instincts which in us would be called moral. In the long history of humankind, and animal kind, too, those who learn to collaborate and improvise most effectively have prevailed. We can allow satellites, planets, suns, universe, nay whole systems of universe, to be governed by laws, but the smallest insect, we wish to be created at once by special act. Nothing is easier than to admit in words the truth of the universal struggle for life, or more difficult, at least I have found it so, than constantly to bear this conclusion in mind. Great is the power of steady misrepresentation. Man selects only for his own good, nature only for that of the being which she tends. I see no good reasons why the views given in this volume should shock the religious views of anyone. For the shield may be as important for victory as the sword or spear. Freedom of thought is best promoted by the gradual illumination of men's minds which follows from the advance of science. I am not the least afraid to die. It is not the strongest of the species that survives, not the most intelligent that survives. It is the one that is the most adaptable to change. It is always advisable to perceive clearly our ignorance. To kill an error is as good a service as, and sometimes even better than, the establishing of a new truth or fact. There is no fundamental difference between man and animals in their ability to feel pleasure and pain, happiness and misery. We are not here concerned with hopes or fears, only with truth as far as our reason permits us to discover it. I feel most deeply that the whole subject is too profound for the human intellect. A dog might as well speculate on the mind of Newton that, "Let each man hope and believe what he can." Natural selection almost inevitably causes much extinction of the less improved forms of life and induces what I have called divergence of character. The very essence of instinct is that it's followed independently of reason. But natural selection, as we shall hereafter see, is a power incessantly ready for action, and is immeasurably superior to man's feeble efforts, as the works of nature are to those of art. He who understands baboons would do more towards metaphysics than Locke. A scientific man ought to have no wishes, no affections, a mere heart of stone. Only picture to yourself a nice soft wife on a sofa with good fire, and books and music. In conclusion, it appears that nothing can be more improving to a young naturalist than a journey in distant countries. One hand has surely worked throughout the universe. One day you will regret that you did not hear these quotes earlier. Do not lose the opportunity. Watch our next video.